y'all. Come on in for a lovely show. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, diamondandsilk.com.
Yes.
Come on in for a lovely show. Great show today, you all.
Yes.
We're going to be talking to the My Pillow guy, like Mike Lindell.
Yes.
So that's going to be a phenomenal interview with him.
Amazing
interview. And we're going to be talking about a whole lot when it comes to the media, you all. You all know Diamond and Silk, we were trending on Twitter the other day.
Yes.
For like almost all day.
They had us trending.
Yeah, so I know y'all, if you saw it, you want to know what then went down.
And I know a lot of you media folk is on here too.
That's
right.
So we're going to talk about that and everything that's been going on for the in the week and so much more. I don't want to prolong the time.
You want to get this party started?
Let's get this party started. Hit it, y'all. Hey y'all, welcome to Diamond Silk Chit Chat Live with your host Diamond and Silk and Silk Oh Silk.
Diamond oh Diamond.
Well, a long week to the show is being brought to you by the Chit Chat Tour. Head over to the Chit Chat Tour to get your tickets. Get them for the summer, you all. Hopefully, this mess will be behind us. We don't know.
Hopefully, but I will tell you that the one for Arizona, they are in the process of changing the date for that. So you'll be getting emails and updated
if you've already
information
bought a ticket
on
for
that.
So we can reschedule that.
Yes.
With everything that's going on, okay? Make sure if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share. Somebody sent an email and said, I noticed that your subscribers are not moving up on YouTube.
Right.
That's a form of censorship is what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is. It is what it is.
That's right.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So make sure you subscribe and also make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so whenever we drop content, you are supposed to receive a notification.
Supposed to.
And I heard that we hit 2 million followers on Facebook.
Finally.
We should have been there.
Yes.
However, but make sure you like and follow that page as well.
And make sure you go to chitchatme.com, chitchatme.com, put in your email address because we have some things on the horizon that we want to share with you all.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Also, you all know we've been working on this book, right?
Right.
Okay. And if you haven't pre-order it at diamondandsilk.com. Somebody was trying to do what do you call that when they gather up all of your information and they want to put it out there to find out who you are.
Oh God.
Don't worry about it. But let me tell you something. Anybody want to know who Diamond and Silk, who we are? Yeah. Go pre-order the book, diamondandsilkbook.com.
That's right.
And we're going to give you the rundown of who we are, who we be.
That's right.
Okay.
Who we are, who we
Thank
be.
you for your love, your support, your contributions. Thank you all. Thank you for your emails. Your emails when we didn't understand something, you tried to break things down to us and explain things to us. Another thing, thank you for everyone, all of our nurses, our doctors, police officers, EMS workers, everybody that's on the front line of this pandemic. Thank you all so much. It does not go unnoticed. We are with you. We are in this together.
All together.
We are in this together. We see you. We hear you. And we're right here with you. We're going to weather this storm together. So thank you all so much. And to everyone that have passed away with the COVID virus or whatever, our condolences goes out to you and your family. You are in our hearts. You are in our prayers. Right now, we are at war with something invisible that's not tangible. We can't see it. We can't taste it. We can't smell it.
That's right.
We don't know what this is, and we're trying to get to the bottom of what this is.
That's right.
I want to throw that out there. And I also want to say hello to all of our men.
Yes.
It doesn't go unnoticed the things that you all do too. And we really do love you all of you all, even our women. We love everybody.
We love everybody.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead on and get into the show.
Let's get into it.
So the other day, you all, President Trump was having a press conference outside. It looked like that was the Rose Garden, I believe he was in, and the press was there, and the owner of My Pillow was there, Mike Lindell, and he got up to give his little speech. Let's take a look and we'll talk.
Okay, well, My Pillow is a U.S. vertically integrated company which has been forced to adjust to the changing business environment as a result of the pandemic. My Pillow is uniquely positioned as a U.S. company that functions as a manufacturer, logistics management distributor, and direct-to-consumer. Given our current business lines, we are experiencing the effects of this pandemic firsthand. But My Pillow is done. We've established an internal task force which is monitoring future needs of companies across the country as a result of this pandemic. And given our position, we've begun to research and develop new protocols to address the current and future needs of U.S. businesses across multiple sectors. How companies are going to prepare themselves when they once again open up, and changes to their current operations in order to adjust to future threats and pandemics. My Pillow has designated some of its call center to help U.S. companies navigate the many issues that resulted from this pandemic. We've dedicated 75% of my manufacturing to produce cotton face masks. In 3 days, I was up to 10,000 a day. By Friday, I want to be up to 50,000 a day. I'm proud to manufacture our products in the United States, and I'm even more proud to be able to serve our nation in this great time of need. Thank you, Mr. President, for your call to action, which has empowered companies like My Pillow to help our nation win this invisible war. Now I wrote something off the cuff, if I can read this. Okay. God gave us grace on November 8, 2016, to change the course we were on. God had been taken out of our schools and lives. A nation had turned its back on God. And I encourage you to use this time at home to get back in the Word, read our Bibles, and spend time with our families. Our president gave us so much hope where just a few short months ago, we had the best economy, the lowest unemployment, and wages going up. It was amazing. With our great president, vice president, and this administration, and all the great people in this country praying daily, we will get through this and get back to a place that's stronger and safer than ever.
Mike Lindell, you all, he is the epiphany of the American dream, you all.
Yes, he is.
He's the owner of My Pillow. Please welcome to the show, Mike Lindell.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm doing a little clap.
Hello, darling. Hello.
Okay, so
Thanks
Mike,
for having me on.
Thank you for being on, Mike. You know, whenever we were looking at the press briefing and we saw you come on, you know, whenever you said what you said was great, but whenever you went off the cuff and you put God in it, because it's going to take God to get us through all of this.
Right.
I was like, that is what we need.
Right.
And you gave us what we needed at such a time as this.
Yes.
Yes.
But we noticed immediately after you did that, you started trending on Twitter, and the left-wing media just act like they went into a frenzy because you used the word God. What are your thoughts about that?
I couldn't believe it. I'm going, what did I say that was so bad? I mean, we did turn our backs on God. Our kid got taken out of our schools. I'm just going to double down, you know. I couldn't believe it. People, Jim Acosta was 10 feet from me at the Rose Garden, and all of a sudden he comes out, he says, oh, this was a PR stunt for Mike could talk about his product. No, I was, you know, it had nothing to do with My Pillow. People know who I am. And the president had brought all these companies together that were doing great things to help this pandemic, help us to get out of this. We should all be doing everything we can. I wanted to get a message to the people of hope so that they could, you know, what they can do at home is spend time with their families reading the Bible. I can't believe all the backlash. It reminded me, you guys, of 2016 when I went all in for the president then. I went back to Minnesota after I had met him. I didn't know anything about politics. I went back to Minnesota in 2016 and said, hey, you guys, I met Donald Trump. He's going to be the best president. All the media attacked me then, too.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That is so sad. That's very, very sad. You know, when I look at how, with everything that's going on, it feels like we're already in this invisible war, a war with this invisible enemy, but it feels like we're in another war with good versus evil.
Right.
It's how it felt to us. And I'm like, how you going to bash Jesus? How you going to bash God?
Or how you going to bash somebody that's talking about God?
Yeah.
Do you know a late night talk show host, he says, yeah, we have a lot of guests lined up tonight, and we have my pillow guy. He's here to talk about absolutely nothing. And they're talking about God being nothing.
Wow.
I was appalled by that. I was absolutely appalled. Right now, you're right. You are exactly right. We are in a spiritual battle that is unprecedented in world history. Yes. We are in this greatest revival. This is going to be manifest. This is going to bring us the greatest revival ever to bring our country back to God. People are going to read their Bibles. They're going to, when things are all fine, like they were, and people lose track of God. They don't go, they go, and we need to all get involved. This is the time to get love and tell everyone about Jesus.
That's right.
I agree. I agree.
Right. And it's time to be a family again. A lot of people have forgotten how to actually live life with their families.
Mm-hmm. They forgot.
Yeah, they've forgotten.
And I also think that this is a pause for us to pause and take a step back and take a look at some things while we're in the midst of this. Mike Lindell, so you are making pillows. You go from making pillows to making masks. How are things going on, face masks? How are things going on with that?
They're going great. I'm going to probably hit my goal. I wanted within a week. Right, it took 3 days to completely redo my factory, and I wanted to make it safe for my employees. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to tell you about that. But we went up to 10,000 a day right away, and we're going to hit my goal of 50,000 a day just with my capacities and the outreach I have. But we're adding a second shift, which I believe we added yesterday. I'm in it for the long haul. There's no top end of that, because now the news will say, oh, he's only going to make 50,000. No, that's 50,000 a day, and that number is going to go up. I'm getting other companies that I can help out, show them what to do now, and teach them how to fish. And we're all going to be making masks because we're going to need them.
We're going to need them. That's right. Because after this is over, we still got to stockpile it, because you never know what may happen. And we have to be prepared for anything now, because we've never experienced anything like this. And we wasn't looking for this to happen. Just all of a sudden, just slap us in the face like this. We wasn't looking for it.
That's right. Well, we have a question that came from one of our audience members that they want to know. They said it was mentioned in your bio that you went on a spiritual retreat following a challenging time in your life. So can you share with our listeners, of course, how the experience helped you turn your life around?
Well, I'm going to bring it back a little bit here. I was a cocaine addict for 20 years, a functioning cocaine addict, then a crack cocaine addict. And I believe, here's what happened. On January 16, 2009, by the grace of God, he freed me of the desire. I said, okay, God, I knew I had this big calling. We all have callings on our life. And I said, I don't want to have the desire anymore. Please free me from that. And I woke up the next day and the desires were gone. Now, a couple months later, though, I went to a faith-based treatment center. And it was a connection from our church. And I went in there. And I had been in all kinds of treatment centers before in the 80s to get my license back and stuff, secular treatment centers that don't have God. But I went into this place and it was different. I learned that, I believe addiction comes from childhood wounds, fatherlessness, all these things. Not that you're born being an addict. Well, I went in there and I learned why I was an addict in the first place. Now, you all see me wearing my cross on TV and everything like that. Yeah. Well, in 2014, my pillow was within 2 days of going under, and I met a gal, and she had, in fact, she's my gal now, but she said, she goes, you believe in God, but she said, you don't have that personal relationship with Jesus. Wow. And I'm going, well, what do you mean? And we talked about that, and I go, and I wanted what she had. And then it got to be, you guys get this now, February 18th, 2017 is when I did a full surrender to Jesus Christ. Wow. That was during that, it was a thing for veterans, but it was basically I'm not a veteran, but I was invited by a divine appointment. But it's anywhere. You can surrender to Jesus anytime, anywhere. But what I learned there was the same thing. It's just right. I have our treatment center, a recovery network coming out when this is all done. It's going to help millions of people. And what it does is it addresses those. It brings you back, addresses those wounds, and replaces them with Jesus. The stuff, the fatherlessness we've had in our country, and all these things. And it's going to be pretty. It's going to be amazing. And I want to tell anyone at home right now that's an addict, because addiction affects all of us, no matter how many forks we eat with. It don't matter how many. Addicts aren't just on the street; they're everywhere, and addiction affects all of us. And I'm going to tell you, if you're at home right now, which most of us are, if you're at home, get on that phone and reach out. We all know somebody our own age and our own drug, the same drug, that made it through and has been set free of that.
That's right.
Reach out to him. That's going to be your hope match. Call it your hope match. And you spend this time and you call him. You spend the time reading your Bible and reach out to your hope match. And we come out of this, you're going to feel better. It's going to be amazing.
Well, you know what? Can I just say this? An addiction don't have to just be crack or cocaine or drugs. Right. Addiction can be if you eat too much sugar,
coffee,
or if you drink too much coffee,
ice cream,
or if you drink too much soda, or if you do something repetitively so much that it can harm you in some kind of way.
Just watching the news 24 hours, 7 days a week can cause harm to your body.
You can become addicted to it, and now you feel yourself stressing out. Yeah. So you're making these masks. How the workers doing in there making the masks, taking a shift from making pillows to now shifting to now making masks?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to really bring up on your show today, because it just came up with, this is one of my biggest concerns. When I switched over to masks now, one of the things is I wanted to make it safe for all my employees. So when they come to work now, we have someone at the door to make sure every employee puts on a mask, they wash their hands, they wear sanitizer. We put all the machines 8 to 10 feet apart. All of them get to go on break whenever they want by themselves, so we don't have everybody in the break room. We're one of these businesses that can stay open making masks, and we want to make sure that they're safe. I want everyone that's a grocery store owner or a gas station, all these places that are open right now, you got to make your places safe for us to come in as customers and for your own employees. I was just at a grocery store yesterday, and they're acting like nothing's even changed. I mean, the bag boy was going to hand. I stood back. I said, "Wait a minute, no." Mm-hmm. And I just found there was a grocery store in Florida that just got, all of a sudden they got the virus. And this is very important because they need to set an example for the rest of the country now. You're open, and we can't just all sit in our houses and then we go to an unsafe place.
Right. You are absolutely right about that.
But do you think that we should all be back to work? Do you think that the economy should just be closed down?
I don't. I believe what I believe is right now, as soon as we get enough, this is what I believe. I believe we should get enough sanitizers and masks, and these, just like I said about the businesses that are currently open, these things should be put in place that are the safety things for in there, the safety 6 feet apart and that. But every business should be its own, be accountable. If I come in there from the public, not accountable, they shouldn't be able to be open. But everything, when it opens back up, we have to get the economy open up again. Right. We have to get back. But you have to do it with, being safe. And we got these right now. Stuff will be put in place. I believe. I'm hoping that it's this is what we need to do with what we have. So your business, if if I go to a grocery store, if I go to a box store, when the malls open back up, I want to go in that box store and I want to make sure that their employees are all, masked or whatever, and I want to make sure that everybody's safe going in there. Right. That will be for a while, but at least get us back to work.
It's interesting that you say that, because I was saying with the governors shutting down the states. So what are they doing? What are they implementing? Are they washing down the streets, wiping down things? Yeah. So when people get back out into society, things are a whole lot cleaner. I think if you're going to shut down states, shut down businesses, then you should have those businesses making sure stuff is cleaned up during this time period, instead of we go back into germ-infested places. Yeah. That's what I think.
Right. You just raise your standards of what we like after 9/11, we learned what we had to do there.
That's right.
You had to go to concerts and they have all these safety things that were put in to keep us secure. You just raise the bar, and if you're a business, if you're going to be open for business, but you got to start with the ones that are already open, and then you have places like North and South Dakota. They don't even hardly have the virus. They should, if they're open, that they should still put in safety things now so that they don't have to get closed down.
They won't have to deal with it. They won't have to deal with it.
I just think that we could get certain pockets going to be open and start opening things but it's got to be safe. And I think a lot of that, though, I think, we've got to get, like, I have a lot of companies that have came to me, like they're working on a 24-hour sanitizer that it stays 24 hours even if you wash your hands, or that's being tested right now, and that should be back this week. Or like a business where you can sanitize and it'll last 60 days in your business by electrostatic. I mean, there's different things that's going on right now, but it's got to be standardized, like you say, like here's what we want each business to have.
Right.
And if they have that, we can get back to work a lot faster.
Right. And I don't like a lot of regulations, but during this time, we don't know what this is. And I don't ever want to go through this because it can be a depressing time, especially for older people who are vulnerable. They don't know. Everybody is impacted and affected by it, even older people, younger people, whatever. But I pray for the most vulnerable, the ones that have illnesses already, underlying conditions, and are elderly. Yeah. So yeah.
Right. Well, that's the scary part about it. If you go into a grocery store and they're not protected, and they don't have anybody to guide the customers. Hey, you all go 6 feet apart and just have almost like a little, one of your security guards say, hey, there's our rules here. Because if I went into a grocery store 2 days ago, even if I'm not concerned as much about myself, I'm concerned about my parents and stuff that I can't go meet now because I've been, or I can't go see. And that's, that's just wrong. They should all be in kind of a compliance, at least we're all in this together and everybody's got to try. And if you're one of these businesses that can be open, there was a church in Oklahoma, a friend of mine, and he has a big church that he can't get open, but yet there was a hardware store or a car parts store, and it was like business as usual. 20 of them just gathered around talking. And here his church isn't open, And
here's another crazy thing. The churches, they've closed down the churches, but the abortion clinics are still open.
Now that is a shame. Now I'm all riled up again. I can't even believe that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That don't even make sense to me.
That's right.
And it's hypocritical too. It is.
It's hypocritical.
I can tell you, there's nothing more essential business than praying. The churches should be open. They would comply and make everybody 6 feet apart.
That's right.
Right now,
that's right. So, Mr. Lindell, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the prosecution of our president via the left-wing media or the Democrats? Because now they're talking about they want to investigate him again. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
It's the most shameful thing that this country has ever done, that these congressmen, I'll tell you what, here's what I told the president. I did tell him this. I said, you know what, Mr. President, I want to tell you, there's good people out there over here that on the left, the good people, but it's the media, it's all these other, and the congressmen, the Democratic congressmen, I really believe it's just so bad. But here's what's happened. I got a text from my friend, and I told the president this. It said, Mike, I'm not a big fan of the president, but he is doing such a great job. He goes, I think he's growing on me. And I think the people are starting to see through this hateful media and this hateful Congress. They're just, I'll tell you what we're learning. Here's what I learned. I didn't know anything about politics, coming out of years of addiction. But what I did learn, number one, it affects our daily lives more than anything. And number two, that if you have politicians that are in it for the politics, that have their own agendas, they can destroy us. Absolutely destroy us. They have their own agendas, and I haven't met there's so many that do have their own agendas. We are so blessed that God gave us a president that can take the politics out of it and make good decisions. Whether he doesn't care about the vote thing, he's making decisions to help and that's so
help the people.
To help, and that's what he was elected for.
That's right.
And his gift of taking, here's a problem, here's a solution, and what does it manifest to? And no, I'm not going to let you influence me because you're gonna tell me this because of your own politics or people being paid off. It goes back to what he said when he said drain the swamp. There's still draining to do.
That's right.
It's a lot of rats clogging the pipe. A whole lot of rats clogging the pipe.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, Mr. Lindell, you are the epitome of the American dream. It's like you went from rags to riches. You've done something that a lot of people are striving to do every single day.
And it doesn't even matter what your condition in or what condition you are in.
Right.
You can always pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And if you don't have straps, make you some straps.
And that's what you did. You created your own straps and pulled yourself up. But the Democrats, like one thing you said about the legislations and the different things, our whole life, everything that you do from the chair we're sitting in, from the pillars you're making, is regulated by some type of piece of legislation. And I notice how the Democrats write a lot of legislation. They put a lot of red tape in place to try to block and stop people from really prospering. I have seen that. So I really thank you for your input on that. Mr. Lindell, if people wanted to, go ahead.
I want to tell you one thing about that. I'll tell you how bad regulation is. My recovery network, my Lindell recovery network I'm going to have for addiction, there's 30 some states have regulations where you cannot counsel an addict unless you went to college for 4 years, swam 3 miles, climbed 2 trees, jumped over 15 bridges. Wow. I mean, they have all these regulations. You know who I want treating me? I'm counseling me. I want someone that's been through it.
That's right.
They've been broken. They got their heart restored, and I want to talk to that person.
That's right. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
That's like a man trying to tell a woman how it feels to have a baby when he's never had a baby.
But that's what they do. They put in all this regulation. Yeah. It's really sad. But let me just say this here. With you, you are, like she said, the epiphany of the American dream. You've obtained it. And we thank you so much. Let me just ask you this here. So you're going to stick with making the pillows and masks now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to do anything I can do to help. I think we're going to need, our president's going to he wants manufacturing here in the U.S.
Yes.
But it's got to be, now we've learned, it's got to be the right manufacturing too, so we're not reliant on China or any country ever again for our medical needs.
That's right.
What a shame that company was that 3M was caught, their buyers sending stuff overseas, our masks. I mean, it's crazy, these things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to USA first here for us.
Absolutely. And that's what we love about you, because it's made right here in the USA.
In America,
Listen, if people want to get in contact with you, how can they contact you?
If they have anything, they can go. It's mypillow.com, obviously, and but you can go to ml@mypillow.com. That's what we're using right now, but we are going to have a website set up this weekend. I don't have the name of it, but you can certainly find out. But just email ml@mypillow.com. But just know this: we're not selling any masks to the public right now. We're doing it. So I don't want you to overdo all our emails. I love to hear from everyone, but right now we're trying to leave it open for all the hospitals that need masks right now.
Right.
And stuff like that. And if you want to support us, I can always say, mypillow.com.
Well, I want to tell you something. Your topper, the topper that goes on the bed is the best thing since sliced bread.
And I sleep on the pillow.
It's so amazing.
Yeah. So if you all want a pillow or a topper, go to mypillow.com to get that.
And you could use the promo code Mike today. How's that?
Oh, and use the promo code Mike
at
mypillow.com. Listen, thank you so much for being on the show. If we want to have you back on, would you come back on?
Absolutely, anytime. I got to do this, so you're looking good. I knew you would.
Thank you so much, Mike Lindell. We love you so much. Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you. God bless you.
I'm telling you, and his stuff is made right here in America, which is phenomenal, you all. And we thought it was very important to have him on. Anybody that is obtaining the American dream, just like you said, are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
It seemed like the left want to beat them up and pick them apart or whatever. But we have to be here for each other.
For each other.
This is why we have to be here for each other.
Yes.
So I'm glad that he came on.
So phenomenal.
Yeah.
You all, that was phenomenal.
So if you all need a pillow top, go to mypillow.com and you can use the code Mike. And I think that'll get you a little discount or whatever.
Discount.
Yeah.
Yes, we love you, Mike.
We love you. Love you so much.
And love your pillows.
Yes.
So much.
Okay, y'all. So now we got to get into some stuff that jumped off this week.
Yes, baby. Yes.
And don't you hate when you minding your business, ain't bothering nobody, and then all of a sudden some stuff jumped off?
And some stuff jumped off.
Some stuff would jump off.
Yes.
So some stuff jumped off this week. We did the show. We did the show on Sunday.
Right.
Because something had our attention Friday where we had to get something done.
We had to get some things done. Yeah.
So we couldn't do the show on Friday, so we did the show on Sunday.
Right.
And after we did the show on Sunday, the show re-aired on Monday.
That's right.
Immediately after the show, anywhere that we're mentioned in the world, we receive a notification. So, I received a notification. Somebody was talking about that specific show and some of the things that they said. Mm-hmm. I didn't think anything of it. That morning when I got up, I didn't get up. I was woke. I couldn't sleep that morning. Mm-hmm. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to really eat since all of this started with this coronavirus. Mm-hmm. People keep saying, Diamond, you're losing weight, because I may get up and drink a smoothie and have a salad for dinner and that's it. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't feel like me.
Right.
Something's wrong
There's
here.
Something's wrong.
Off, and it's my intuition.
There's something wrong, but and you have certain people that's trying to make us think that we are the problem when they are the problem. We know that something is wrong here, and we're going to call it out like we've been calling it out for the last 5 years.
Right. So I sent out a tweet. I was up the other night. It was early Tuesday morning. I didn't get any sleep. I was up around it was close to 4 o'clock in the morning, and I sent out a tweet. I'm trying to scroll down and see if I can find it. Mm-hmm. I sent out a tweet because I'm like, I know this ain't me. This is just, I know other people must feel this way. Mm-hmm. So I sent out a tweet to let everybody know how I couldn't sleep, right? And what time it was in the morning. And I told them how something was off, something wasn't right. So other people started responding, well, you're right, I can't sleep, I'm up too. And the craziest thing, she texted me.
Yeah.
Silk texted me and said, I'm up too.
I couldn't go to sleep. I could not go to sleep.
And so finally we talked. We called each other in the wee hours of the morning, and we talked. We probably talked to about 6 o'clock in the morning. And then finally I was able to maybe sleep for probably about 2 or 3 hours.
Here you go.
Yeah, I tweeted this out. It's almost 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning, East Coast time. I can't sleep. Something ain't right. Mm-hmm. Something ain't right.
And that was on March 31st at 3:54 a.m.
That was Eastern time.
Yeah.
And so when I finally did get up from my 2-hour nap, I saw that we were trending on Twitter. I'm like, well, what are we trending about? Mm-hmm. And you have the left-wing media saying things like Diamond and Silk were spreading conspiracy theories.
Right.
Because they took a snippet.
Right.
Instead of looking at the whole cortex of the conversation,
right,
the context of that, they took a snippet out of what we said and spent that into a narrative that we were creating a conspiracy theory saying that the numbers of deaths was being inflated to hurt
by the media
to hurt President Trump. Okay.
Right.
Is what they said.
And then you had other outlets to spin it a different way.
Other outlets spin it a different way. But everything was negative. And we trended almost like all day.
I was shocked.
Like all day. It was so nasty and so vicious.
Yeah.
And then you had somebody that they want to do a timeline on us. When we got started and all of this kind of stuff. That's why I told y'all,
like they know us.
That's why I say if you want to know anything about Diamond and Silk, you go get the book, diamondandsilkbook.com.
That's right.
Okay, and so I was taken aback because, why do you take our words out of context? Right. Why are you taking our words out of context? So I watched it. Okay, I watched it. And let me just give you all the rundown of the rundown.
Yeah.
Because I want to give them a timeline. Because, see, sometimes when you say stuff, people think you crazy.
Right.
Let me go back to when this started.
To when it started? Okay, let me go ahead on and
pull when this here started, okay?
Yeah.
And I can't even get my little notes, but you probably got your notes.
I wish you would have sent that part over to me. It would be good for you to have that.
I'm going to have to probably just pull it up.
Go ahead on and pull it up.
I'm going to pull this here up right quick, you all. Wait a minute.
Give it to me.
Okay.
And
can you do it?
Okay. And I'll pull it up.
Let me go. She going to pull something up, but let me go back to you when we heard about the coronavirus. President Trump mentioned coronavirus when he did the State of the Union speech. We were there. That was when that was mentioned, and then other things came down the pipeline. We were in Texas, just coming back from Texas, when it was being reported that somebody at CPAC had the coronavirus. And what somebody on the left and those on the right did was tied us and other people to it as if we came into contact with this person.
Right.
Now, most of the time, when I know that the media don't know what they talking about, I just shut up because I'm like, I'm not finna just ignore it.
Ignore it, right.
What you all didn't know, if you heard that in the media, was that wherever we were supposed to be in contact with this person, we wasn't because we couldn't get to the green room.
The green room, yes.
Because the vice president was there and everything was shut down.
That's right. Everything was shut down. I don't know where to go from here.
Okay.
But yeah, everything was shut down.
Everything was shut down. Everything was shut down.
Security had us stopped.
We had EP, Diamond and Silk had EP protection.
Right.
So with us having EP protection, our EP protection team was protecting us. But we was not in the green room with whoever this person was that had this here virus or whatever.
Right.
So you see how the media lied?
Liars.
Immediately, we've never dismissed the fact that this coronavirus existed and that people were dying from it. We've never dismissed that.
Nope. And if they would not have chopped up that video, they would have heard before and after.
Okay? Yep. All right? I gave my thoughts on why I had that type of thinking.
Exactly.
When you have Governor Cuomo, the governor of New York on TV, people are going to die. We need ventilators. People may have to share ventilators. And all of a sudden it comes out, in his own words, he's stockpiling them for some kind of APEC.
For later.
I stopped believing anything that was going on. Something is not right here.
Something's not right.
All right? But you had the left take little bits and pieces and run with it. And run with it.
And run with it. Yeah.
So we've always talked about it. Thanked our nurses, the people on the front line. Well, after the left-wing media spreaded this stuff, and had us looking like whatever they were trying to do, which make us think that we were on to something.
That's right, because see, the left-wing media is not going to attack Diamond and Silk unless we are on to something.
That's right.
To try to smother us down, to try to smother our message, our true message down, by taking a narrative and surrounding our true message to make it seem like it's a lie.
So let me just say this here before we go into the rundown of the rundown.
Yeah.
To you white, left-leaning liberals.
That's right.
You don't get to control our thought process.
No, you don't.
You don't get to disinvite us to the conversation.
That's right.
And tell us to go somewhere or imply that we, because we black, we should go somewhere with our tails tucked between our legs and go shut up
and sit down somewhere.
Because during slavery, had somebody spoke up, it probably would have ended a lot sooner.
That's right.
During the Jim Crow, if somebody would have stood up and got one of you all straight,
that's right,
we probably wouldn't have had that in this country.
That's right.
We have a right to question anything that seems out of order and abnormal in this country.
That's right. Because we are Americans.
That's right.
We are Americans too. That's right.
And you don't get to take and slander, disparage,
bully us,
into silence,
take away our freedom of speech.
And you use the word sue. We should be suing you for slander, for taking our words out of context and spreading that across the spectrum.
Deliberately doing it. Because you chopped off the beginning and the ending of the context of what we were saying.
That's right.
And you spent it around to make it appear a certain way is what you did. And you know you did it.
That's right.
You know you did it, and you know you
and you know we on to something.
We on to you.
So you don't get to to do that to us.
And you do the same thing to President Trump.
This is the same
That's
thing.
why you so-and-so won't even broadcast his press briefings, yet you turn around and you post little snippets on your TV shows or whatever, little snippets and sound bites, and then you spin it in a negative way.
Right.
To make it appear negative.
Right.
As if we don't have our own minds to be able to think for ourselves. Who the hell are you to think that you got to take and lead and guide us like we animals or something?
Well, see, that's what they do. Because, see, back during the days of slavery, white liberals, they did that. The reason why I say white liberals is because most of the slave owners, if not all of them, were Democrats right up there. They were the one. Their interests had to be protected during slavery. That's why they wanted to keep it going. Let's not get this twisted. So when I see white people coming at us, and I saw one white person that said, you all are an embarrassment to African Americans. I'm sorry. You as a white man, a white liberal man, is an embarrassment to white liberals that think like you and that tell women like us that we can't have a train of thought and that we can't question something that's out of the norm. Because anytime numbers go from 300 and something and shoot up in 5 days to 2,000, something is up and something is wrong.
That's right. That's right. Especially if you have the governor saying to us that he stopped piling the ventilator.
That's right.
All right. Then now, even though now he's no longer restricting the medication, but he did restrict the medication from the doctors to be able to write prescriptions to individuals for the particular medication. He wanted you to come to the hospital. He originally wanted you to come to the hospital in order to get the medication. And it was also noted that if a person was going to the hospital and they was having a cardiac arrest or anything like that, and their heart stopped, don't bring them to the hospital. Just take them on to the morgue.
I've heard that. And then we are hearing rumors. It is being alleged that if you walk up in the hospital, they deeming everything as pretty much COVID-19. Even if you pass away from something else. It is being alleged. It's happening it's being alleged in New York.
That's right.
That if you go there, they're just chopping it up as COVID-19. So wait a minute. So if they're doing that, will that or won't that, if that is allegedly happening, will that inflate the numbers? So is that the reason why we was at 300 and some deaths on one day, and 5 days later it shot up to 2,000, and then now 9 days later we at 6,000?
Right.
We want to know what's going on here.
We just want to simply know the breakdown, you know, and we're asking these questions because we want to know.
That's right.
We're part of this society.
That's right. We pay our taxes.
Yes.
Our tax dollars is being used to cover stuff.
That's right.
We want to know what's going on.
That's right. And if you have something out there that could possibly save a life, Why are you restricting the people from being able to use it? Why did you ever restrict the person in the first place from being able to use it? What, do you want the numbers of bodies to body count to go up?
What are you doing here?
Why won't you give people an opportunity? President Trump has already signed the right to try into law. Why not give these people the right to try something that is needed to possibly save their life?
And another question that I want to ask: if the people you and let me tell you something. Coronavirus is real.
Oh yeah,
it really is real. I don't want anybody to think that this is not real. It is real. There's an associate of mine on Facebook. One of her friends have it.
Yeah.
And put out a video. So it is real and people are dying.
Right.
So let's not get this twisted.
Right.
But the people that have passed that needed ventilators, were those ventilators in the stockpile used, or did you just leave them in the stockpile and these people didn't get ventilators? Because you waiting for an apex. Or you waiting for an apex because of some data?
Because some data.
Because we got more questions.
That's right.
And if what they are alleging is true, then to me, this is fraud.
That's right.
The numbers are being inflated.
Yes.
And the other day they had something trending. As soon as the numbers got to a certain point, that President Trump had blood on his hands. Is this being designed? Is this being designed? I'm asking a question.
A question.
To hurt the administration and the president of the United States.
And this economy.
And
because CBS just got caught with their pants down.
That's right.
And their hands in the cookie jar.
That's right. Airing something from Italy, making it look like it's happening over here.
Right over
How
here.
do you expect for us as Americans to trust the media?
We
don't believe nothing that you're saying.
Why are you trying to create something to make it appear a certain way in front of our eyes when you know good and damn well it's not true?
Something ain't right.
And then when you get caught on it, and Diamond and Silk call your ass out on it.
Now you want to make us trend. Now you want to call us this. You want to call us names. You acting like we minimizing this here pandemic. We took this serious from day one.
That's right.
We've been quarantined just like everybody else.
That's right.
From day one. We've been talking to our family members that's afraid because they don't know what the hell is going on.
That's right.
So how dare you left-wing media and then you black folks that tag on to what they say.
Yes. Too ignorant to realize that
your oppressor taught you how to do that, though.
Yes.
And that's what's so sad.
So sad.
That's what's so sad. Because you sit with your mouth closed. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
It needs to be a full, everything needs to be investigated. I want to know what areas, what demographics are being affected by coronaviruses and dead of it.
I was looking at TV the other night, last night, and I believe it was either a governor or a mayor on, and he was basically saying that if you see these people breaking the rules of not being in the house, call and let them know. And this is how he ended it. Snitches gets rewards. And so what he did, as snitches get stitches or ditches, right?
Right.
So what he's doing is, black folks, listen up. He's using that word, okay? He's using that word, snitches gets rewards, to make you think if you tell on your brothers and your sisters, he gonna reward you for that. You see how they do that? This is how they do this. And this is how you continue to fall in the same doggone trap. It was Diamond and Silk that told you all about Russia. This Russia host.
Remember when I told you all when we got from that inauguration how I feel we put a video. Before we went to the inauguration in December, we said something wasn't right.
December 2016, we told y'all something wasn't right. We talked about it, told it. We was called all types of names. Left-wing media tried to do everything they could to suppress us. Social media took and censored us, censored our voices because we was telling you the truth. And now look, it was all a hoax.
Let me tell you something. I go on my intuition. I go on my gut.
That's right.
This is the coronavirus is real. It is. We are at war with something we can't see, we can't taste, we can't smell, we can't touch.
Right.
We can't feel this, but we know it's out there.
We know it's out there.
Okay? It is. People are dying from the coronavirus.
That's right.
But if any hospital in any state is deeming anybody and everybody with coronavirus, that is inflating the numbers.
Yep.
That is not being honest. That's being dishonest.
That's being
and that's putting that before the American people. Look. And that's how the numbers are shooting up, but it's really not.
Now, here's the crazy thing. After Diamond and Silk said what we said,
oh, yeah.
and you media folk amplified it. Thank you very much. Okay? Now you got people asking questions.
Well,
you got people saying how Italy have inflated their numbers.
Yeah. That's right. Italy have inflated their numbers.
And
they were counting everybody as COVID-19. Now they got to go back and redo stuff.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are way
off. Even Germany. Same. So now I wonder, is it going to happen here in the USA? And will you...
the media people, will you all take and you all
apologize
and retract all of that foolishness that you said?
That's right.
Also, after we trended that day,
yes, ma'am.
I want to say maybe 2 or 3 hours later, this is what was coming out from the New York Post, CNN.com, and the New York Times Post. COVID-19 death rate lower than previously reported. But y'all want to get mad at us.
At us.
For questioning the numbers.
Calling you out.
But then these reports are coming out. COVID-19 death rate lower than previously reported, study says. And then, hold on for one moment. I got another one here. I got another one here. Hold on, let me see if this here is it. I got another one here. After that, I retweeted something that Candace Owens, and I didn't even know she was over there.
Right, we didn't even know what she was talking about.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I know I got it.
Go ahead on.
Just keep talking for a moment.
Yeah. It's a lot more other people you have awakened. We have awakened a lot of more people interested in this.
The Daily Mail said, okay, so there's a hospital in Queens. They were making it seem like it was so bad. Now, it may be bad now, but this was on the 31st. This was on the 31st, May 31st.
March 31st.
March 31st. Excuse me, March 31st. I'm sorry, March 31st.
Yeah.
It says Amherst now receiving fewer coronavirus patients, but they're sicker. But before that, they was making it seem like it was just horrible. It was this. It was that. You had people to go film that hospital doing March 31st, doing March 30, and there was nothing really happening there. You see what I'm saying? Now, things could be different today. I'm just going back to then. I'm just telling you the series of events that happened after we trend. That comes out. Now I see this here. Something is up and something is not right. We are not trying to minimize anybody.
Right.
That their loved ones have passed away from coronavirus. Because people are passing away from this.
Oh, yeah.
But people are also, it has been alleged that people are given this diagnosis even when they don't have this.
When they don't.
And they're just added to the statistic.
Yep.
To make the numbers go up.
Or it's been added to a person's death certificate when they didn't even go in for COVID-19.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if they're doing that to, maybe they want to allegedly collect more federal dollars
or state money. That's
that
right.
all hurts the administration, the president of the United States. It hurts America when you do that, and it hurts the American people because we don't know what's going on. We know something is off. We know something is not quite right.
Right.
But we want to know what's going on.
We want to know what's going on because for you to shut this whole economy down, and I noticed that we're at 6.6 million people for filing for unemployment.
Right.
Some people that have never filed for unemployment. But when I see how the left is taunting this and trying to make this appear like this is something that's good, or ha ha ha.
Were they gloating?
Or gloating about it.
Say it, Sil. Okay, so
you
I don't
say it,
okay.
so I won't say it wrong.
Okay, well, I may say it
I only
wrong.
know one way to say it, and that's right.
Okay, let me just say this here. Whenever there was 9/11, y'all remember 9/11?
Uh-huh.
We didn't know what had hit our country. We just knew somebody had attacked those Twin Towers.
Yep. And that's our stuff. That's the American people stuff.
At that, I ain't never in my life been to the Twin Towers, but I know that those were Americans.
That's right.
We all pulled together. You didn't see the left talking about, well, we going to have to go head on and do an investigation. Why did we all pull together?
Uh-huh.
But what we noticed, now we're fighting an invisible war.
Uh-huh.
Why aren't we all pulling together?
Together.
Why is it that you have the Democrats, they want to start an investigation?
Right.
They don't like the handling of the coronavirus crisis.
Right.
Why? You would think, instead of them gleaning and gloating about the economy, about these people being out of work, we would be trying to get together here and find out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Because it affects all of us.
And they will be investigating, at least they should be investigating on how we can get our economy back up and running.
Absolutely. So what is that about?
Yeah. What is that about? Okay. And that's what makes us question a lot of stuff.
There you go. So that brings me to the timeline. Let me see if I can find it. I bet you I can't. I bet you I can't find the timeline.
Click there.
Yes, I can.
There you go.
All right. So let me just throw this out there.
Let's go through this right here. And I want to make sure I touch on this stimulus bill.
Okay, we will. Okay.
Go ahead.
February the 5th.
Can we go back before we hit February?
Go ahead.
Okay,
you go ahead.
So first, this is the timeline, you all. First, in December, okay, China knew about this outbreak, and what they did was they suppressed it.
Right.
Okay? They concealed it instead of revealing it to everybody.
Right.
Okay? That's what China did. On the 31st, that's when the 31st of December, China finally reported to the World Health Organization that something was going on.
That's right.
About this particular virus. Okay? On January the 6th, I'm going to catch up to you.
Okay.
On January the 6th, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is the CDC, issued a travel notice for Wuhan, China. Okay? That's what the CDC did. On January the CDC established a coronavirus, which is a COVID-19 incident management system. So when I see you all meatheads, you know who I'm talking about. All of you crazy folks up here talking about that Donald Trump waited. He didn't know this here. He didn't know that. While the Democrats was in the middle of impeaching our president.
That's right.
He was behind the scene doing what he had to do, learning what he had to learn.
Right.
On January the 7th. Okay. That's whenever we got word from who? January 21st is whenever the CDC activated the emergency. Okay. Right. And that's when we found out we had our first case here in America.
Right.
Okay. On January 29th, the White House announced the formation of the Coronavirus Task Force to help monitor and contain the spread of the virus. This was on January the 29th, while you Democrats were still trying to impeach our president.
That's right.
On January the 30th, the CDC published guidance for healthcare professionals on the clinical care of COVID-19 patients. All right? They were still working on this, you all. Okay?
Come on.
All right. On January 31st, the Trump administration declared coronavirus a public health emergency. The Trump administration announced that the Chinese travel restriction. Okay? That's when he restricted that. All right? Of course, subject to the U.S. citizens returning. All right? The president also signed a proclamation suspending entry into the United States of foreign nationals who pose the risk of transmitting the 2019 coronavirus. Okay. Now, I'm up to you.
All right. February the 5th. The Senate votes to acquit the president of all of that foolishness that the Democrats tried to do.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Also on February the 5th, the same day, Chuck Schumer tweets that President Trump's travel ban against China is part of Trump's war against immigrants. Now, these are the mofos that want to investigate President Trump's handling on the coronavirus, and had President Trump not shut it down.
That's right.
We will be in worse of a situation than we are in today.
That's right.
February the 10th, President Trump holds the first coronavirus briefing with nationwide governors, directing them to prepare their states for an emergency pandemic response. That was February the 10th.
The 10th. He got with the governors.
That's even Governor Cuomo too.
That's right.
Telling them. Prepare your states.
Yes.
Because something is about to go down.
That's right.
February the 24th. President Trump requests $2.5 billion from Congress to support a COVID-19 vaccine.
And go ahead.
And help distribute critical testing.
And also on February the 24th, that's when Nancy Pelosi was in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Telling everybody, come on down here and go shopping.
She told everybody. Yeah. Wait, whoa. That same day, Nancy Pelosi accused President Trump of being racist. And declared that everyone should go visit Chinatown. Now, who had the blood on their hands? Who the hell had the blood on their hands? You coercing people. Come on
down here. Yeah.
And be around people. And no, you don't have to be 6 feet apart.
No.
Yeah. February the 26th, President Trump publicly appoints Vice President Pence to lead the White House Coronavirus Task Force and introduces Dr. Deborah Birx and Anthony Fauci. Fauci, I guess that's his name. Fauci, whatever his name is. February 28th, Trump extend travel ban to include Japan and Korea. March 1st.
Oh, I ain't got that far. Wait a minute.
Come on.
February 29th. The Food and Drug Administration allows certified laboratories to develop and begin using coronavirus testing kits while reviewing pending applications. The Trump administration announced do not travel warnings, like you just said. The Trump administration barred all travel to Iran, like you just said. Now I'm caught up with you on March
1st. First confirmed coronavirus case in New York State.
March the 1st is the first confirmed
case.
Okay.
March 1st, that same day, Governor Cuomo released a statement saying the following. This is what Cuomo said.
This is what he said.
There is no reason for undue anxiety.
Yep.
The general risk remains low.
Yep.
In New York. You know who the Congress should be investigating? How about you start with Nancy Pelosi?
Yep.
And then go head on and investigate Governor Cuomo.
That's right.
Come on. Yeah. March the 8th, President Trump signs...
Before you go to March the 8th, let me back up. Joe Biden also called our president a racist and being xenophobic for shutting down travels to China.
But had he not done that, Joe, sleepy, sloppy, creepy, slow Joe, we would have... It would be worse around here than what it is now.
That's right.
Yeah, March 8th, President Trump signs an $8 billion emergency coronavirus funding package into law. So y'all want to go there with investigation? I see a president doing everything he can to protect the American people, but I see a Congress, men and women, and I also see a governor and maybe other governors who tried to undermine what he was doing.
That's right.
Calling it racist and xenophobe and calling him names for putting certain measures in place to protect the American people.
What date you on?
That's it. That's all I got, March 8th.
Let's go back to March 3rd. The White House announced that President Trump had donated his salary from the fourth quarter to 2019 to the HHS to confront contain and combat the coronavirus. How many people in the Senate? How many Democrats donated their checks?
Or how many or in Congress? I bet you Nancy Pelosi's husband just bought up a lot of stock. I bet you she ain't donated nothing when it comes to coronavirus.
Not one thing.
Go ahead.
On March the 4th, you might have already said this. The Trump administration announced the purchase of $500 million of N95 respiratories over the next 18 months to respond to the outbreak of the novel coronavirus.
They're respirators is what he's doing.
Respirators.
Because I want you all to understand that when H1N1 happened, Obama and them didn't replenish the stockpile. We depended on most of our stuff came from China.
Right.
So now we have a pandemic. We're in a crisis. The faster they make it, they got to ship that stuff out. And then once this here is over with, this stuff still got to be made for the stockpile in case anything else happened like this or worse in our country.
So $500 million worth of N95 respirators over the next 18 months to respond to this outbreak. But y'all want to say that our president isn't doing anything. Okay,
they want to say it.
That's what they want to say. That's what they want to say. Did you get to March the 6th? Whenever the president signed the $8.3 billion
break it down
for fighting the coronavirus outbreak, that was on March the 6th. The bill provides $7.76 billion to federal, state, and local agencies to combat the coronavirus and authorize an additional $500 million in waivers for Medicare telehealth restrictions.
Stop right there. So that's just that.
Yeah.
That's not that right there. That million, those billions are not included in the $2 trillion
we hadn't
package.
Even got to the 2.
So what have they even done with this money right here?
Yes.
Come on.
On March the 9th, President Trump called on Congress to pass a payroll tax cut. This is what our president has been doing, you all.
While they trying to talk about, well, we're going to investigate. You are racist. Oh, come on out here. Ain't nothing happening. This is what the president was trying to do.
On March the 10th, President Trump and Vice President Pence met with top health insurance companies at the White House and secured a commitment to waive co-pays for the coronavirus testing. Okay? All right. March the 11th, President Trump announced travel restriction to foreigners who have visited Europe in the last 14 days. Okay? President Trump directed the Small Business Administration to issue low-interest loans to affected small businesses and called on Congress to increase this funding by $50 billion.
Come on.
Okay? This is what President Trump
is doing.
Have done.
Not the Democrats.
Not Democrats. Not the Congress, but President Donald J. Trump. President Trump directed the Treasury Department to defer tax payments for affected individuals and businesses and provide $200 billion in additional
Where you at, girl? Where you at? Where? Ooh, liquidity.
An additional.
That sounds like the word.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. President Trump met with American bankers at the White House to discuss the coronavirus. On March the 12th, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services issued cost estimates for the coronavirus testing.
So this stuff was being lined up. How you gonna investigate our president and he's lining up all of this stuff while you all sitting y'all assets on Twitter and just bashing the man. Bashing.
And we only on up to March the 12th. I'm about to go into March the 13th. March the 13th, President Trump declared a national emergency in order to access over $42 billion in existing funds to combat the coronavirus.
Come on.
Okay. The administration announced it is working with the private sector to open up drive-through testing collection sites in critical areas impacted by the coronavirus.
Come on, get to it, Silk.
President Trump.
I don't think you have to read everything verbatim. Okay. Just get to the main point.
Here we go.
Go to March 14th.
Oh, you want me to get on down to March 14th?
Well, the deal is that we already see that our president is lining up. So, like, how can if you tell him to go paint the house?
Yeah.
It's like you want to tie his hands behind his back. And now that he done figured out a way to get one of them hands untied to paint it, now you down there on the ground throwing daggers. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Yeah. Like he not gonna be able to do this.
President Trump announced his support for the family's first coronavirus response act, which would provide an additional $2.5 billion in emergency funding, $1.25 billion in emergency food assistance, and meet the goal of free coronavirus testings. The FDA issued an emergency approval to Thermo Fisher for a coronavirus test within 24 hours of receiving the request. Look at all of the good stuff that our president have done. On March the 14th, the coronavirus relief bill passed the House 363 to 40 early that particular morning. Now, with the bill passing, there was a lot of BS put in that bill.
That's right.
That had nothing to do with the coronavirus. Okay? If this is supposed to be about we the American people recovering from all of this, how are you putting stuff in to fund abortions, to fund illegal aliens, to fund a museum? Was that a museum?
Are you talking about the Kennedy Center?
Yes, the Kennedy Center.
That's a place like where I guess people go there and they entertain or whatever.
Only to turn around and take and get rid of some of the workers. And I'm understanding, I'm going to say allegedly, because it came from a source. You media folks know what I'm talking about with these sources. That they donated back $5 million of the $25 million that was allocated to them in this particular bill. BS. Straight BS. Now.
Come on.
I hear Nancy Pelosi and a lot of these Democrats talking about a fourth coronavirus relief bill.
So that they can put more kill pills in
the bill. Let me tell you all something. We don't need to bankrupt our country for the sake of these damn Democrats.
Well, what they doing is they trying to bankrupt our country, and they're stealing American tax dollars as far as
in the process of doing it. We don't need to do that. We do not need to do that. What it's going to be time to do now, I respect my president. He said 30 days. We give him the 30 days. But on day 31, we need to be back up and running.
That's right. I'm getting tired of this.
Measures need to be put back in place, because what's happening here, how is it that every 2 years, every election year, here come a virus?
There you go.
Here come a damn virus, and now you're writing up all of these stimulus packages for people to plug all of this mess in it, and you rip the American people off.
Let me tell you what somebody wrote. His name is Alex Berenson. He used to work as a reporter, I believe, for the New York Times, allegedly.
And all of that stuff.
But I found it fascinating that he wrote this here. He tweeted this out with the chart. He said, and this was on April the 1st, he said, this is the IMHE UW model for COVID-19, the new U.S. standard. It was put out 6 days ago, post-lockdown. It projects New York State will have 50,000 hospitalizations today. Instead, New York State has 12,000. Wrong by 4 times in under a week. What on earth are we doing?
Yeah.
So they keep looking at this data, and this data is not living up to what it says it's going to live up.
Right.
And people are just frustrated.
Where are they getting the data from?
I have no idea.
Who put the data in place?
If they getting it from China, that's not no good data. even if they getting it from Italy, if Italy took and they added everybody to the COVID list, I don't want to trust their data neither.
Who's getting all of this data and telling our president that we got to shut all of this down while we go through this here particular process when more people done died from the flu this year than corona?
That's right. That's right.
Also,
that's right.
Now this is just a nugget.
Come on.
And I just got it from a source. You media folk know what I'm talking about. Just a source. All right. But according to the CDC website,
come on,
directly from their website, they had posted a job opportunity, a job opening on November the 15th, 2019. And it was stated as for public health advisor quarantine program. That's what was stated on the CDC website for a job opening.
And when was that date?
November the 15th, 2019.
So did they know?
Were they getting prepared
for this?
For a quarantine program? Why were they hiring people? Why did they have this job
application
posted for people to put in their application for the job that talks about a quarantine program?
And look at what's happening now. Because in all honesty, I feel like we all be in quarantine if we can't go out. If you have businesses and stuff shut down, I don't like the way it makes me feel. There's something else underlining going on here, especially when I see the Democrats are salivating at the fact that they can now investigate the president and we're all in this. Are we really all in this together?
Right.
Is things affecting some of us and not all of us?
Right.
Because listen, we don't have an economy right now.
Right.
What we're doing is like we have a credit card and we're running it up.
Yep.
And the one thing that I've learned, I had to learn this here, you all. You can't run up your stuff. So you got to have money to pay for that.
It's going to come back to your client.
And it's going to come back to bite you in the booty.
That's right. And see, this money that's being ran up, eventually we're going to have to pay it back.
We're going to have to pay it back. We're not going to be able to sit and just
do not let these Democrats bankrupt us by adding the Green New Deal and all of this other BS into these bills.
Right.
Put our economy back to work. Firemen, how about this? Wouldn't it be nice, and I believe you mentioned this to me.
Okay.
You mentioned something about the president setting up another task force.
Yes. I wish that the president would set up another task force so people can go into every hospital that's treating coronavirus patients and make sure that the data is accurate. What we're going to have to do, instead of following these models and stuff coming from other countries that I really don't trust, we're going to have to create our own models and data.
For us. That's right.
Just go into these hospitals and make sure this stuff is being reported right.
That's right.
Because when it's not, everything will become discombobulated. It will be out of order. And that's why we have so much chaos. That's why people don't know what to believe. And that's why people are questioning stuff. And you cannot browbeat people up and try to destroy them in the media because they questioning things.
Stuff. Another good task force will be to get that group of people together so that they can go out collectively together to see how we can restart our economy immediately.
That's right. Get
them on the ground so that we can see how we can do this, because it's got to happen. We just bluntly came to this, but now we need a transition back into work. People want to go to work.
Right. And I understand what the doctor is saying.
Yeah.
I understand what the scientist is saying.
Right.
Because when you talk about doctors to me, and I love our doctors.
We love you.
Okay. They go off of their data. They go off of what they read in their books too.
Yeah.
Scientists go off of their data or whatever.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff right here.
Yeah.
Listen. How did we manage to get through the flu?
Yeah.
I mean, more people have died from the flu within these 3 months than the coronavirus.
And you're right. We go off the scientists' data. And who else data you say?
The doctors, they have their doctors. They have their doctor books that they read.
But I'm ready to go off of God's data.
We're going to have to do something here. We're going to have to
go off of God's data on this one.
Our economy
God got us through the flu. he will get us through Corona.
Something's got to give
That's
here.
just my belief.
Let me tell you something. When you cannot locked up in their houses and they don't know what's going on. People are calling us. The older people are calling. They are worried. They don't know what's happening. We don't know what to tell them. Hell, we don't know what's happening. We just know something ain't right about all of this.
Listen
something
to what you just said, though.
What?
Locked up in our house.
This to me seemed like a form of socialism. You all. I don't like to feel like I am not free.
Right.
Listen, we need sunshine. You need your vitamin D with the sunshine.
Yes.
You can't just be locked up in a house and scared or whatever. Okay, if you go make us wear masks, do what you gotta do to follow the protocol. But for God's sake, don't tell people I'm gonna arrest you if you come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody asked the question about Joe Biden. He wanted to call in. Let me tell you something. If Joe Biden called my president and my president get to talk to Joe Biden, I hope my president ask him about that money that he got from China, allegedly, or his son got from China, allegedly. Did they sell our country out to China?
That's right, down the drain.
It's really bothersome to me that you... Oh, I've been wanting to call people bastards. I don't know why.
Don't
but
call
you
nobody
so and so and so have been in government position for over and almost half a century, and you didn't have enough common sense to write legislation to keep China from ripping us off.
That's who y'all need to be investigating. See, did we get sold down the drain?
Hell yes.
So Biden now wants to talk to the president to help. The only help he can give us is to let us know what happened to that 1 point so many billion dollars.
That's right.
That your son allegedly got from China.
That's right.
That's what you can help us with.
Yeah.
And how much kickback patty wax that you allegedly get.
That's right.
And how are you tied into this China propaganda BS? And speaking of propaganda, let me tell you who we need to sue. Everybody need to sue the media for pushing this China propaganda, making them feel and seem like they right, and going against the country.
That's right.
What the hell is that?
And if Joe Biden couldn't handle H1N1, how the hell he gonna be able to handle coronavirus?
He ain't gonna be able to handle it.
The Chinese virus. He's not gonna be able to handle it, y'all. He can't even put 5 words together to form a sentence.
No, much less a word.
Won't be able to handle this.
He can't
Won't be able to handle this.
Look, they got him in the basement for a reason because they think they're gonna slide him in. I want every American the sound of my voice to look at what's happening. And there is a reason why they want President Trump's press conference. How in the hell can they have Governor Cuomo on every single day? And now he's starting to talk about his family. All of these people are dying and you sitting up talking about
No. And he's talking about that it's not going to be back the way it used to be.
The other day he was so depressing.
But you know what, Cuomo? You're right. It's not going to be back the way it used to be. That slogan, Make America Great Again, has some meaning right about now.
That's right.
It's going to be better than what it used to be. I just hope your ass don't be in government position
he need to be out.
Yeah.
He had his brother on the other day. Now, his brother mentioned that, his brother do have the COVID-19. He had the virus. But he said he was shivering so much the other day that he chipped his tooth. But Chris Cuomo was on with his brother the other day, and Chris Cuomo did a beautiful smile showing all of his teeth. I couldn't see one chipped tooth unless he chipped it in the back. See, for me, this ain't no game. And what I don't need you doing as governor, if people are losing their lives in the magnitude that you say, I don't want to hear nothing about your damn family, about all of this other stuff. What about the families of these COVID-19 people where their family members and stuff have died?
That's right.
James Wood, wait a minute, Sil, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
James Wood, I don't know if you all know him. He tweeted out something. He said, in every major news event, cell phone videos invariably materialize. Every shooting, fire, earthquake, tornado. Where are the videos of the hospitals being overwhelmed with patients? Something is creepy, wrong, and very scary about this entire event.
Yep.
Listen, I don't know who y'all think we are. Boo Boo the Fool.
Taco Bell, dumb as hell.
Something is off. Something is not right. Go ahead, Sil.
And if I understand that Chris Cuomo he's been tested positive. Right?
That's right. And we want him to get well.
We want him to get well. We want him to get well. He is in our prayers. Everybody
is in our prayers. Yeah.
But is his brother restricting him from getting hydroxychloroquine and the Z-Pack therapy that they're using on people that can possibly help them get rid of this?
Well, I think that, Dr. Oz was on TV the other morning, and, I've tweeted something out after Dr. Oz, and I think that I heard it has been alleged that Governor Cuomo, he lifted his restrictions on that. But if that medicine can help, why would you let people sit up and die? Why would you let people deliberately sit there and pass away when try this on them to make what the hell is going on here?
Why would you restrict somebody if something can help them and they have this is their last hope? They're on their deathbed,
right?
And there's something out there that's being tried and is done help other folks and hadn't killed them other folks, but it's helped them. And why can't you try it on? Why would you tie people? And you Democrats are some nasty people.
You nasty.
Y'all love tying people hand and restricting people from being able to do whatever. You know what? For so long, Democrats.
Somebody said it's not just New York hospitals. It's not just New York. It's all hospitals. Thank you, SGG.
For so long, Democrats, they have taken all regulations, anything that they possibly can to try to make it hard. It is, and they've also said it's Republicans. Republicans are the ones that's the racists. They're the ones that's going to keep you tied up. Our biggest opponent here have been white liberal Democrats.
That's right. Oh, yes.
That's been trying to tear Diamond and Silk down.
That's right.
That's been trying to block us. That's been trying to stop us.
That's right.
At all costs. It's been white liberal Democrats.
We've noticed it.
Not no Republicans. But you white liberal Democrats.
And you don't get to do that.
You don't get to do that.
We're not on the plantation no, baby. You don't get to. You're not gonna pat us on our little head and send us on our way.
And some of you black liberal Democrats, y'all just the puppets that the white liberal Democrats is using.
That's right.
To try to spook us. You think you're spooking
because
us.
What you need to do is you need to wake the hell up.
That's right.
Because never for the grace of God, you in some of these areas and you become impacted by all of this.
That's right.
We will be sitting up trying to find out what the hell is going on with you too.
That's right.
We want answers. If the media have enough guts to put that before us 24 hours, and it drove down our stock market, then we can ask you for answers. We have a right to answers.
Yes. The U.S. intel community has informed the White House, they did this last week, that China intentionally underreported its coronavirus cases and deaths and concealed the intent of the crisis. This is what China intentionally did. And this came from our U.S. intel community, you all. If they intentionally did this, and they intentionally concealed this, and if they intentionally did not and refused to reveal this, then they are responsible for this.
That's right.
The blood is on China's
hands.
And instead of Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff trying to prosecute our president that we done ran down a whole list. The list is so long, Diamond wanted me to speed it up.
They trying to investigate him.
Why aren't they investigating China? How is it that the left-wing media was calling it the Wuhan virus? And then all of a sudden, they started spewing China's propaganda over here on us like we weren't going to be able to see what's going on.
And we saw right through it.
We saw exactly right through it.
Yeah, y'all don't get to certain things y'all don't get to do that with us. Not with us, you don't. You're going to get called out for it. We have our own minds. We can think for ourselves.
Let the people decide.
Yeah, that's right. And if we see that something is not right, and to tell you the truth, a lot of stuff that's going on that I see that's faulty, I think that it is deliberately being done to undermine the president of the United States
and to hurt we the American people,
that's
to hurt the economy. One thing that the Democrats did not like was President Trump's great track record when it came down to this booming economy and how unemployment was at an all-time low, especially for the black community. They did not like that. Now they seem to be in love with what's going on here, and I thought in this together.
Well, it don't seem like it. Go ahead.
But one thing that the Trump campaign is doing, they are anonymously calling different restaurants and ordering up lots of food.
Yes.
And they're sending it to the different hospitals.
Yes.
Thank you, Trump campaign, for what you're doing in this time.
And thank our president for even being able to waver and withstand this and be a true leader.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I know he's a true leader. When you have the left-wing media that don't want to play his press conference.
Yeah.
Because now he's able to speak directly to the people. And people can now hear it. And people see the gotcha questions coming from these journalists and the media, and they are appalled by it.
They are appalled by it. And thank you again, President Trump, for this cushion. See, we've had 3 years worth of cushion.
Right.
That he's built up, you all.
Right.
With building our economy back.
That's right.
We have cushion that we're on right now. This is our reserve that we're living in right now. Okay? Now, had this been Hillary Rotten Clinton,
it would have been a hot
I know
mess.
it's Rotham, but I call her Rotten. Hillary Rotten Clinton, let me tell y'all something. They would have had the borders open.
It would have been a mess.
Country.
We wouldn't know this country.
We wouldn't know it. We wouldn't know it.
We wouldn't know it. So, you all, we just had to get that off our chest.
Oh, I feel lighter.
You feel lighter? I thought we did a good, because, honey, I was coming on here prepared to cuss y'all out, but instead of me cussing you out, let me call you out.
Yes.
You're not going to silence us or nobody.
You don't own us.
Let me tell you something. If something ain't right, I promise you, follow your guts.
Follow your
One
intuition.
day I'll tell you all why my intuition is so strong about things. And listen, I haven't been able to get no good rest because I already know something is off.
That's right. And we can't let them take away our civil liberties undercoverly.
That's right.
That's what's happening here. Anytime they take and push you in a house and say you can only get this, you can only get that.
They want to try to track you with your cell phones and stuff like that.
And if you come out, now snitches get rewards and give you little sound bites and little tag words, and then they want to take and confine you to what they want you to see on TV to tell you this is right for you. Look, I don't like what I'm seeing here, and it's for my fellow man.
Yes.
I want you all back out there working. I want this economy back up and running.
Booming. I want us back into our lives.
Yes.
I want to get back into our lives how we were all doing things.
The meaning of that song by Reverend James Cleveland, I Don't Feel No Ways Tied. This is what it means. I don't believe that God brought us this far just to leave us.
That's right.
That's what this song means.
That's right.
Not taking and pandering to folks.
Right.
The song was at the time that we're in right now.
Right.
I don't believe that God brought us this far just to leave us.
Just to leave us.
If he did it before, he'll do it again.
That's right.
You got to believe that.
Right.
So when I see my brother, Mike Lindell, talking about go back into the word, read your Bibles, trust and believe in God. That's who's going to have to get us out of this mess right here. Because we got the devil, it's evil intent. Evil intentional. It's something evil going on, you all.
Something up underneath the surface.
And it's going to take God to handle it.
Somebody said, Diamond, don't let the trolls steal your joy. It's not the trolls. It's the undercover BS that I smell. And people want to make you think ain't nothing going on when you know damn well it is. Like I told Silk, I said, what's happening in broad daylight? It's like a child that runs and hide from you.
Yeah.
But they can't get behind the curtain fast enough.
Yeah.
So they'll stand there and put their hands over their face thinking you can't see them. But you can see it. You can see this here just as clear as day. Okay.
They've been doing this here, the same script, different cast with a different mask for the last 3 years, y'all.
But and another thing is, we are no longer influenced by the media because we have social media and all of these other things that we can get bits of information from.
That's right.
Back in the day, if the TV said it, we would have went along with that, and that would have been that.
Yeah.
But when you can go out here and you got people going to film hospitals that are not being inundated with what's going on,
and then you got a governor saying we just stockpiling the ventilators.
And you got people getting that stuff. People see.
We waiting on the apex, but you got people in your state dying
that need the ventilators that you're stockpiling.
BS.
It doesn't make any sense.
It just does not make any sense.
It just does not.
And you're not going to take and try to label us as conspiracy theories whenever we see the reality of what's going on.
Something's off here.
We should be able to give our opinion. Everybody should be able to give their opinions about what's going on.
Without being ostracized, criticized, and stigmatized.
Or manipulated. That's right.
Or bullied. That right there. Because the left pushed Russia.
Yes.
Maybe all Americans, maybe we should sue the left for doing that to the American people.
It was a hoax.
And let me tell you something. When our country is like this here, we become vulnerable. We're like sitting ducks. Yeah. Everybody's in the house.
Yeah.
Anybody can creep up and do any damn thing. And you got the left acting like that?
No. If I know that we're all in this together.
Yes.
But if we're all in this together, Democrats, the mainstream media, you wouldn't be acting the way you're acting if this here was what you reported it to be. You reported it to be all of this. But look at the way you're acting. You're not acting like it's all of this that you're reporting.
Is our country being attacked?
Hell yes.
Wait a minute. We know our country is being attacked.
Right.
But is this an attack, a surprise attack? Or is this a deliberate attack? Because when we was attacked on 9/11, people was on TV crying.
Yes.
I did not see the media on TV laughing about our economy.
That's right.
This time, they smirking about the economy.
Yep.
Are y'all crazy?
Yeah, you're smirking about the downfall of the economy, and now you're trying to blame the president for everything while you leave your nominee, political nominee Joe Biden in the basement.
Because he can't. Once he come out, he can't say it. He can't talk. Ain't nothing he can do.
He can't say it.
Not nothing.
So remember, every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we pray.
That's right.
We pray for our country. We pray for our president. We pray that God give him strength and remove all of these devils that's around him from out of the way. Remove them. All of those naysayers, remove them. Give him the strength that he needs to make it through this right here. We know he already have it. We know that he already have it. But continue to give him the strength to climb.
To withstand
all of this storm. And also, we as the American people, we have to be on one accord, where 2 or 3 are gathered, touching and agreeing. We got to be on one accord that we will survive this.
Ryan James.
That's what we
I love you, Ryan James. He said, just say no to Jim Crow Joe. I love it. I'm using it. Just say no to Jim Crow Joe. That's right. I love it.
That's right. So remember that, and make sure you set your clocks. Make sure you set your timers. Stop what you're doing every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's pray for our country. We see where we was. We've already had it, especially my black brothers and sisters. You've already had a taste of the good life of being able to work, take care of your families. Now look,
do you want this?
Is that what you want?
This? You don't want this here. No, you don't want this here. Not at all.
No.
Listen, everybody that contributed, thank you so much. Thank you all for looking out for Diamond and Silk. Thank you all for all that you do, all that you say, your loving support, your encouraging words, even the ones that try to get us to see things. Listen, we know that this is real. Something is happening out here.
Right.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Keep your hands out of your face.
Yes.
Please make sure and do what they're saying, practicing social distancing.
That's right.
Now, people saying, Diamond and Silk, well, y'all not practicing when she go home. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And please don't tell me if it's 5 of y'all in the home, all of y'all is 6 feet apart.
Rooms.
That's a lie, and you know it, and I know it too.
That's right.
When y'all eat dinner, y'all probably all at the same kitchen table eating dinner. So please.
And also, if you see Diamond and Silk being attacked by the left wing media or by the left, that's because they don't want us to tell y'all the truth.
That's right.
We're telling you something that they don't want you all to know. So what they want to do is take the narrative and turn it towards something else. Okay? Just remember that.
Always remember. Listen, we was just coming to give you the 211. We call it 211 because it's two of us.
And we are the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime, in between time, we will see you next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.